So I was explaining this. Similarly, we have a number of other permission that we can leverage all this permission, and whatever the permission we need it, we can create it, and we can accomplish the task. Okay. Now, so whoever by default have the subscription owner permission, Microsoft Azure will give you a kind of global admin permission as well. Okay. Now here, if I come under the users, so here the bulk operations that we can do it. Say in our free tier, as we discussed yesterday, we can create maximum of 25 users most likely in one tenant. And if you need to create more, then of course you need to change your Active Directory tier from you know from free tier to pay as you go, or any other subscription which is again another paid one. Now let's try to create some user here. So bulk operations, I'm going to, yesterday we created one user, yes, the Chris Mario. Now we are going to create, there are two ways to create your bulk operation. When I say the bulk, the maximum, I think the limit is around 40 or 50,000 per tenant you can create it. And if you need it more, you can connect with your Microsoft technical team and get this limit increased. So for now, let me create one bulk operation here, and I'll say bulk operation create. It will give us kind of template. So let's download this template, save this file. Okay, and now we have to open this file here, and I'll just copy it on a desktop for editing. Okay, so this is the template CSV file which Microsoft provide us. And here what we have to do, as you can see, this is the template, this is the version, or this is the heading in header, so we don't have to modify anything here. And this is how they specified what we need to be, actually what need to be done here. On the second way, again, is a part of your header which you do not want to touch it, or we should not touch it, because again, when we are incorporating, or when we are filling the data here, and again uploading those data to the portal, the portal will be refusing and it will not be successfully uploaded. So what we can do, we have to start the any changes which we want to do from row number 3. Okay, so here let's try to create some random users. So at least we need to have the mandatory parameter. What all those? First name, last name, UPN, that is your user principal name, and the passcode. That's it. These many things we have to, and this is how they have given the example also. So let's create one in row number. Just create.
How do you know from looking at this template that what field is mandatory? I mean, first name, last name makes sense, or email makes sense, but what about other fields?
Yeah, so actually there are two ways to identify. The one is from here you can check it out, or else when you create the username, any username, it will give you a kind of a parameter. If you, since I've already created in the PowerShell, so it is a two things. Let me open the PowerShell here. I'll connect my Active Directory from here. Okay, now if I type here get sole user, sorry, get Azure AD user. User not found. HTTPS. Which one I have given here? Disconnect. AG. Hello guys, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I didn't hear
You
anything.
went off.
Yeah. In fact, I also pop up a kind of network. Is this okay now?
It's okay. It's just that time we can't hear you again.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to repeat what you said. Actually.
Yeah, sure. Well, I was trying
But
to
I
connect.
think I think we should be okay now.
Yeah. So, so this is the way actually. Were you able to see this much earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me connect. Okay. Now get AD user. Let's. Web services is not running. Something weird.
Didn't you create it already, just that user?
No, it was created. This user was created yesterday, and in fact, oh, what is this? I deleted this directory. Let me create one fresh user. Let me try. Kelly. So here also you can see identity, the identity name and the first name. The name is asterisk here. So Kelly T, first name Kelly, last name T, password is also we need to provide to generate. Okay, let's try. Okay, there's some other issue. Get AD Azure AD. I was giving the wrong authorization, authentication unauthorized, user not found, forbidden. Okay, now if I try another, let me try with another MSOL services and see. This is not. For each user, we have something called object ID. Let me try to pull out with the object ID. It's again giving me authorization user. I'm not able to delete what. Let me delete it. I'm able to delete from here. Let me try with the tenant ID here this time. Okay, able to connect here. Try this part. Resource. Now it is giving me another get Azure AD user object ID.
Is it because you have provided identity issuer as the same name or something, or the same email address?
No, that could be, but that is not something that it should stop me to. Okay, let me try, but it should be coming this way. Even though if I'm not giving any filter, it should come this way. Yeah, yeah, now it is coming. Probably it was not giving, uh, it was because I have a 2 or 3 tenant ID, I have office ID also. So when I specific to this tenant ID, which is my which is specific to my this tenant ID, which is primary domain, which is a kind of hypothetical domain. It is not the custom domain that I have any company keep it. So in a test environment it does happen. So here you can see now get AD user. When I give this command again, by connecting to the tenant ID, I can fetch the detail. So this is the object ID, display name, and so user principal name. So here you can see the user principal name is something for every user. Since my domain is uh, this is uh, this is the domain, I mean, which is Microsoft given to me. I mean, here this is the domain. So for every domain, by default, this will be appended in the last in the email address, or you can say specific to user principal name. So here when we create, we were so now if, there are two ways to create. First, if we just create here new AD user, new Azure AD user, Azure AD user. Okay, now if you just see this example here, this parameter will let you know what need to be done here. So this command will create a new user, and to get more, we have to go more into this. Which is my PowerShell is not, oh yeah. So here the parameter which you can see, again it is a part of your PowerShell module, but since you asked this question, there are multiple syntax here. You can see new user account, and it will create a new user in Azure Active Directory environment. In the parameter, when you say name, so what all the parameter is, you can say required is equal to true. It means it is a must. You cannot uh, turn a blind eye here. So you should be creating, and so here on the top, job title is required is false. It means you can ignore it. Later on also you can come and modify this attribute. So these are the attributes which you can see. Job title is compromise, and mobile is required false. But wherever you can see required is equal to true, it means you must supply the parameter or the attributes. Say display name is equal to true. So you know if you are not keeping true, it means this Excel sheet will not accept the will Azure will not accept this Excel sheet or the CSV file when you're going to upload it to the cloud again. Okay, so this is one way to check it out. Another way, the simple way is what? You can come here, and the moment you're going to create the user, click on bulk, and now once you download this, you can also click on this button, which will actually take you how to fill out that Excel sheet. Okay, understand your CSV template which Microsoft provided to you, and see here what all the legends. You can see version, you should not do anything, the row and all this stuff you can follow this instruction, and you can make the changes in your CSV file, and then it has the complete steps also how to verify it. So we are still here. Drona, did you get it? It was your question.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Ajay. Yep.
You're welcome. Okay, so we were modifying this Excel sheet here. So here also they have given a kind of example how to fill this file. So we'll just come to username. This is mandatory part, user principal name, and then we'll give first name, say Mike Parker, and then Password.
Are you doing bulk creation?
Yeah, I'm doing the bulk creation. Yes. Say you have a 20 or say 100 users, right? So either you can
Okay.
incorporate all this detail, or of course you will not going to do everything. You got it something from your HR team or whoever is doing user provisioning to your system directly. If you're not, I mean, if you do not have any system in your environment, so in a real-time scenario, what happens is HR will give you a kind of, either HR will create the user account and details in their HR system, and then those user will be replicated to your, either indirectly to Azure AD or in AD. This is how the real scenario happens. But in some cases, you know, HR will give you all this rough data. Then you need to filter those rough data, keeping these things in your mind. Okay, if you say HR can give you first name, last name, DOB, father's name, and department, reporting manager, and other attributes. So you can of course include those attributes, plus you also have to incorporate those attributes which are needed here to upload this Excel sheet to the portal, because our prime objective is we have to do the bulk creation. So this is one way of doing it from GUI mode. Another way is through PowerShell, that also we can do it. So here I am doing it. So say I have 10 users. I'm saying okay, mic 1, and let me say mic 4, 5, Parker 1, job title, anything you can give it, and the passcode. I am going to give this much as it is. This would be the password, and here the username should be your mic1, and then the directory, which is your this would be your directory, or you can come here under default directory and check your primary domain. This is going to be a directory, but in real case or in real scenario, this would be some custom domain, because we have not purchased any custom domain. You cannot see any custom domain. If you have some custom domain, say contoso.com or something, you can come here, configure it, and then your name will be changed to whatever the domain you want to keep it for your company. So this would be, yeah, this would be your domain, and of course this is a hypothetical domain, so it will not impact anything. But yeah, here you can just come and type my 2 and 3, 4, and here also plus 5. Okay, so first name, last name, job title. If you want, you can give the job type, title, department, state, country, mobile phone, zip, and all this stuff. So here I'll just remove this, which is not needed, because this was the one of the example they told us to do. Block sign in is something that block sign in, it means like you want to block this user to log in across all of your cloud application or not. You say no, by default that would be a no. But yeah, if user is getting terminated or user is leaving that job or company, then of course you have to do the block signing. Here also we are saying no. We'll just copy as it is.
Looks like this template also has those mandatory fields marked, right? Ajay, if you see, it says required in initial password.
Here,
Last name.
yeah, this is needed. So it is a
Yeah.
password. Display name is also there. Here also it is needed. So rest of other thing you can just ignore it. But yeah, when you check into the PowerShell and the follow the template guide, then you will get to know more what need to be excluded and what is mandatory.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What about this example, Chris Green? Are you leaving it?
yeah, I'm just leaving this. I'm removing this. So this would be my how many users I have,
Wow.
around 5 users. So 5 users will be uploaded in one go over the cloud or in my Azure portal. So I'll save this file as a CSV file. Should be your CSV file, and then I'll say here it is. I'll double check. Okay, so let's try to upload this file now. We are here on this portal, and under the users, the bulk operations, we'll click on create. Downloaded, we already downloaded and modify. Now upload the CSV file which is needed. I'll say user template file. Okay, it's not valid. Please verify the operation type and correct CSV file. Line number 3 is missing. Display name. Okay, so this way you can also see while uploading, you can see something is missing. It means what is missing here? Display name. So we have to come, I think we forgot to specify the display name, which is also parameter here. Yeah, here it is, and it says required. That is also true. So we'll say mpark my park 1. Okay, this is the display name. You can just type here. Right, save this file again and try to upload it. Okay, this is the file I have. Now it is uploaded. So when all the fields are okay and all the conditions are met, then Azure will accept your CSV file. You can click on submit, and then okay, maybe degrade or something. Probably this SSO, because of this SSO what Microsoft changed recently, they are